Now, in this moment, another character comes out, and that is the character of Time. And Time comes out. It's actually a character that Shakespeare writes in, and he says, please, audience, go with me here. I want you to believe that 16 years have passed by since the time you saw that little baby. And now she's all grown up into a beautiful lass, and someone has fallen in love with her. And that someone is Polixenes' son, all grown up, Prince Florizel. So you have Prince Florizel, the son of Polixenes, who's in love with this young girl, Perdita, who was the little baby, Hermione's baby, who grew up in the care of the shepherds. And they fell in love. Now, Prince Florizel's been sneaking out all the time to see Perdita because he's in love with her. And Polixenes is beginning to wonder about his son, and he asks Camillo, Camillo, have you noticed my son has been missing quite often? And Camillo says, why yes, I notice he's been missing, and you know when a young man goes missing there's probably a lady involved. And Polixenes says, you're right, Camillo, and we should disguise ourselves and go and follow my son, find out where he's going. So they put on disguises and they go out into the forest where there's a party happening in the woods with all the shepherds, and Florizel is there and Perdita is there, and they're dancing and having a lovely time. There's another character here called Autolycus, who's a bit of a rogue, and he's always stealing a little money there, playing a few tricks. Autolycus. Now, at the sheep shearing, Florizel is so in love with Perdita that he wants to marry her. And the shepherd is very happy, of course, because he wants to see his young daughter happy, and he's about to give his blessings over the young couple, and Polixenes comes forward, and remember, he's disguised, and he says, young sir, where's your father? Don't you want to ask him before you get married? And Florizel says, I don't care about my father, I'm in love with this girl. And Polixenes says, well, I think fathers ought to know when their sons are getting married. And Florizel says, no, this is my love, I don't care what he thinks. And in that moment, Polixenes tears off his costume and he says, son, what are you doing? Messing around with the shepherdess? You will never see her again. An old shepherd and your son, you're going to be killed. And Perdita will scratch your beauty with briars. He has a real temper tantrum and he storms out. And Perdita is sad. She says, oh, my love, we'll never have our marriage celebrated. We won't be married. And Florizel says, don't worry, I won't let this stop me. I love you. You are the woman for me. We'll work something out. And of course the shepherds are shaking in their boots because they don't want to be killed. And in this moment, Camillo, trusty Camillo, comes forward and he says, you two young lovers, I have a plan. My old master Leontes has written to me. He wants me to come home and visit. And let's go visit him. Florizel, you can say that you're on a mission from your father. Introduce yourself to Leontes. You'll become good friends too. And then Leontes can ask Polixenes for you if you can marry this lovely girl. I'm sure it's a good plan. Let's go. So Florizel says, all right, Camillo, I trust you. You're an honest man. Let's go, Perdita. Let's go to Sicily. So they travel across the seas to Sicily. Now the shepherds come running in and they have the basket where they found the baby, and they're like, look, we'll just show them the money, we'll show them the letter, we'll show them that it's not really our baby and that we have nothing to do with it, so they shouldn't kill us. And in this moment, Autolycus finds them and he sees what's happening here and he says, all right. He has a little change of conscience and he says, all right, I've been known to do good deeds on occasion. I'm going to help you see the king. So come on with me. And they all get in the boat and they all sail to the island of Sicily. Now, of course, Polixenes is following along behind because he's not one bit happy that his son ran away again. Now, in Sicily, Leontes has been in mourning for 16 years, and his lords are telling him, Leontes, it's enough already, you should get married, you should find a new wife. And Polina says, no! He will only get married when I say he can get married. Leontes, will you make an oath that you will only get married when I say you can get married? And Leontes says, yes, of course, Paulina, I'll do whatever you say. Not till then. And in this condition, the young prince and his princess come and present themselves before the king, and they say, "Hello, lovely to meet you. We're on a mission from my father, the king Polixenes." This is all a lie. To greet you, Leontes. And he says, "Oh, it's very odd that you came unannounced, very unroyal greeting of you. But what a beautiful bride you have, Florizel." And he says, "Yes, this is my wife. She's from Libya." "Oh, Libya. Ah, yes, I've heard about that." And just in this moment, when they're getting to know each other, in comes a servant. "Ah, king! Polixenes is in town, and he's mad because his son, Prince Florizel, took a shepherd's daughter. They're not even married, and ran away from Bohemia here to Sicily." Ah! And Leontes says, "Oh, Prince Florizel, you're not married? This isn't your wife?" And the prince says, "She will be the daughter of a king when once she's married to me." Oh, Leontes, he says, calm down, Prince Florizel." And Florizel says, "Look, if you've ever been in love, would you help me convince my father that this is the woman for me? I don't need any more convincing. I will marry her one way or another, but I want my father's blessing. Will you help us?" And Leontes says, "All right, young man, and beautiful lady, I'll help you. Let's go meet your father." So they go to speak with King Polixenes. Now, the next scene, Shakespeare doesn't actually show us the reuniting of Leontes and Polixenes, or the reconciliation with Florizel and Perdita and all these things. But some lords come on stage and they say, "Oh, did you hear what happened? The king's daughter was found," because those shepherds came and they showed the king the basket where they found the baby, and they found the note from Antigonus and the gold that was with the baby. So it really is Leontes' long-lost daughter that they found. So we're hearing all this from the lords. So of course, when they found out that the girl was really the daughter of a king, that made her a princess, then she could marry Prince Florizel, and everyone was happy. Yay! Now, so everyone is happy, and in the next scene, you have Leontes and Florizel and Perdita and Polixenes, and they've all come to the house of Paulina because she has a statue of Hermione that she wants to show them. And she says, "Here it is. This is where I keep the statue." "I keep it covered because it's so special." And Leontes says, "Well, let's see it. You know, I came here with my daughter. She's never seen her mother before." So Paulina lifts the curtain, and there it goes. Oh, she's so beautiful. The statue it's so well carved. It looks almost like she's breathing. And Leontes looks closer and he says, "Oh, it looks even like she's aged 16 years. She has these wrinkles." And Paulina says, "Yes, it was a very good carver who did it. He made it as if she were alive today. That's how she would look." And little Perdita comes and says, "Oh, mother, I've never seen you before. I kneel at your feet." And Paulina says, "Well, if you will let me draw you further, I can do some magic and make the statue move and talk." "Oh, Paulina," Leontes says, "I wish you could do such a thing. Please do it." So Paulina goes, music, awake. And in this moment, the statue of the queen opens her eyes and looks around. And she sees Leontes. And she steps down off of her pedestal. And the court is just in shock. And they look at one another. And they haven't seen each other for 16 years. And they kiss. So they've reunited after 16 years, and they say, "Look, Hermione, this is your daughter. This is little Perdita. She's all grown up now." And they reunite. "And look, Hermione, this is your daughter's new son-in-law, Prince Florizel, who's the son of King Polixenes." And Hermione and Polixenes see each other, and Leontes says, "Please pardon me, excuse me for ever thinking anything ill between you." And he says, but wait, there's someone left unhappy here, and that's Paulina. And Leontes says, "Paulina, for everything you've done for me, I want you to make someone else happy, and for you to be happy too. Camillo, come!" And he brings his trusty friend Camillo, and he says, "Camillo, take her by the hand. You two will be married." And they agree. And everyone lived happily ever after. The end.